Jalen Brunson has been incredible to start the NBA playoffs for the Dallas Mavs, especially the first 3 games without Luka. The series is now tied 2-2 heading into Game 5 against the Utah Jazz. He is currently averaging 29.8 points per game and shooting 48% from the field. Per cleaning the glass, he was in the 91 percentile in paint finishes or short mid-range, which is 4 feet to 14 feet. That starts with his incredible touch around the rim, his ability to find contact against his primary defender, to pivot and to spin. So right here, a quick inside out. He's going to quickly spin, so you can see he stops on his right foot, he spins, and shoots a touch floater right over that rotating shot blocker. Starts his drive right here, 1-2 hezzy. Donovan Mitchell gets his chest over to stop him. He spins right off, right into a touch floater again. This is an excellent example of driving through the contact and creating the contact. So there's contact right there on the initial bump. He creates more contact right there with his right shoulder, gets through that, and then finishes with his left hand. Watch how right here he gets his body completely in front of his primary defender to shoot a touch runner over the rotating shot blocker. Once again, creating the contact, so he shows the ball in this shot fake. He's going to step through with his left foot. His right foot is his pivot foot. He gets his left shoulder into his primary defender, and he can finish through that contact. This is an excellent example of great footwork right here, how he stops on his right foot. He's going to use his left foot to get all the way back around, so he wheels off his right foot. Once his left foot steps there, he uses his right shoulder to create that contact, and he can finish with his left hand, getting back to that right shoulder. Shot fake right there. Watch how it looks like he's going to step through with his left foot. Hassan Whiteside turns his head to block that, but instead he pivots back again and shoots right over top. He is so good at the paint, using different pivots, shot fakes, step throughs, and he has this Dirk one-leg fader, so you can see his knee goes up right here and shoots it right over his primary defender. Watch his shiftiness right here to get in the paint. Inside out crossover, 1-2 hezzy. Half spin, spins back over his right shoulder right here. Shot fake, can pivot right back into that Dirk fade. Just great shiftiness to get into his half spin series right there to pivot back into that Dirk fade. Now we're going to watch his live ball move. He has a really good reach over top crossover. So you can see his feet are split right here. The ball is going to go over top, left to right, and then he can start his straight line drive right there to that touch runner we saw earlier too. Now he's going to go right to left. His feet are split. Once the ball goes over top, his right foot's going to cross step, and he starts his straight line drive. You can see he creates that body contact and a scoop finish with his left hand. Watch this killer crossover right here, the Iverson crossover. You can see his feet are jabbing right there. Right, left jab, left, right crossover, bump right into that touch runner. He has a lot of great live ball moves. He's really shifty, and he has great footwork like we were talking about for his paint finishes. Watch this again. Watch his feet start to move right here. Right, left. He goes left, right crossover. Half spin right there. Shot fake. You can see his defender goes up. He's going to step through with his right foot. Lefty touch. Inside out. Watch this inside out. Look how he sells it with his head and shoulders right here. Inside out, his head and shoulders move to that right to sell it. His defender is frozen, so now he can beat him in a straight line drive right to that pull up at the nail. He gets the ball screen switch inside out. Great bump, same foot, same hand finish. Watch this again. So they get the switch they want. Inside out right there. He starts his straight line drive. Watch this bump right there. Takes one more step with his left foot, and then he can finish with his left hand through the contact. Gets the switch, inside out, bump, quick little touch fade. Watch this again. Inside out, changes pace right there, gets downhill. You can see his bump right there with his right shoulder. Gets on 2 feet right here, right into a little fade. He gets that restricted circle so well. Inside out again, spin right into that fade. Once again, he's at the restricted circle. His inside out is so good. It's so shifty. Getting back to his left hand. Look at that inside out right there. spins off his primary defender. He has a wide base once he goes up to shoot this fade right over top. Now we have a stunt dribble, so you can see he jabs this foot. The ball goes back to his pocket. Then he starts his straight line drive right there. Once again, keeps his defender on his hip to finish through contact. This is an excellent example of setting up your defender, your primary defender. So he can recognize right now this foot is splitting his stance, so he knows he's going to attack this foot of Donovan Mitchell, sets it up again between the legs right into that crossover, finds his body right there into that Dirk fade we talked about earlier. Now let's watch some of his ball screen progressions. So your first progression is always reject the coverage, right into that reach crossover into a step back three. Right here, Royce O'Neal's trying to get over top this screen so they don't have to switch. So he knows he jumps right there, so he can quickly reject it downhill, gets back in front, stops right into that floater. Next in his progressions right here, he sees his primary defenders going under. They don't want to switch this. Utah doesn't. So once his defender goes under, he shuffles right into turn the corner three. Turns the corner right here. Watch how he tight wraps this. This is an advanced read and a great read. He made 6 threes in this game, so he tight wraps it right to space right here because he knows Rudy Gobert is going to be dropping back. And his screener does a great job of rolling into his primary defender right here. Watch how he rolls. That occupies his primary defender right there, and that gives him space to get off his three. Turns the corner right here. Now watch how he dribble holds, finds body contact against Mike Conley right there. Then he's going to bump off of him right into a little runner. Stops right there to find body contact with his right shoulder. Bumps off of him again to create that separation. Finds his body again, and then a quick floater off the glass. He is so good at finding body contact. Watch this again. Watch how he finds body contact. Once he turns the corner, they go under. They do a good job of being at the level, but he finds body contact right here. He keeps his primary defender on his hip. He gets right in front of him. Quick touch floater right over that length. Inside out. Look how he sets up this ball screen. Quick inside out, and that gives him the advantage he needs to turn the corner right here to use that screen. Gets his primary defender on his hip. Slight little dribble hold. He's going to pivot back right into that fade. You can see the separation he creates right here. Shoots right over top.